let's talk a little bit about RGB versus CMYK. So RGB stands for red, green, blue. Those are your primary colors. And these colors are colors of light. Okay, so if you had a red light and a green light and you put them together, they make yellow. And if you have a green light and you have a blue light and you mix them together, they make cyan. And if you have a blue light and a red light and you shine them together, it makes magenta. When you add light, so when you add light together, they make brighter colors. Whereas when you add pigment together, they usually make darker colors, right? Like if I added red and green pigment together, it would make like a brownish, grayish color. So if you add red light, green light, and blue light together, they make white light. Okay, so that's why RGB colors are known as additive colors, because you are adding light together. Okay, so here are some examples of RGB colors. So RGB colors are used on screens. It's also used in like lighting, stage lighting, and it occurs naturally after a storm when like shown through a prism, right? This is when light is refracted. So this is a cool science experiment where if you shine white light into a prism, the prism refracts the light and breaks it up and it becomes a rainbow. Okay, so this is CMYK. So you guys have all probably heard of CMYK. It's what our printers use. CMYK stands for cyan, yellow, magenta, and black. Why do you think that printing technology uses different primary colors than the primary colors that we're used to? The reason why is because cyan, magenta, and yellow are actually the purest primary colors that are found in pigment. It's called a subtractive color wheel. Okay, so light is additive and pigment is subtractive. You'll notice that like if you mix magenta, cyan, and yellow together, you kind of get like a dull black. It's not a pure black, so that's why they introduced a fourth color, which is black. So these are the applications that you would find CMYK in, house paint, printer cartridges, colored powders, watercolor. These are all made from organic and inorganic compounds. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to talk a little bit about gamut. A gamut is the spectrum of visible colors to the naked eye. So what that means is we can only see a sliver of all of the colors that actually exist, right? Our eyes can only see the colors of the rainbow, right? But the rainbow extends far beyond what our eyes can see. Just like if you think about sound, right? We can hear sound waves, but we can't hear microwaves. And if you look at this yellow line here, this is the RGB color gamut. So the RGB color gamut is all of the colors that we are able to see from projected light, for example, on a screen. And then the smaller triangle are all of the color gamut in CMYK. What that means is if I have a beautiful image on screen, right, and I print it, if here it's additive and I'm seeing a very wide color range, and then I go to print it, the CMYK color gamut is a lot smaller than the RGB color gamut. So if you held a printout of an image next to, and you put it next to a screen, you'll notice that the printout is a lot duller, right? There's just no way you can print white as brightly as on screen.
If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an upload. If you'd like to support the channel and the creation of free arts education, become a member on Patreon for behind-the-scenes perks and online classes at Wing Canvas. Join our Art Nerd community with the links down below. Here are some other videos you can check out next.